The Ultimate Guide to eBooks. Purpose, Potential and Power. Volume 1 of 3.
Module 2, Planning and Outlining Your eBook.
Alright, welcome back. I'm Eric Mutt, and I'm here with the ever-dapper Ruby Bunny. Today, we're talking about something that honestly trips up so many creators, figuring out who the heck your ebook is actually for. Like, not just people who read, but your real, specific audience.
Yes, and I think that's the bit most people gloss over, isn't it? You get excited about your idea, but if you don't know who you're writing for, you're basically shouting into the void.
I always say, specificity is your superpower. If you try to please everyone, you end up pleasing, well, no one.
Totally. And it's not just about age or where they live, right? It's about what keeps them up at night, what they brag about on Instagram, what makes them tick.
That's the psychographics bit. I always forget the difference. Demographics is like, who are they, and psychographics is, why do they care?
Exactly. So, for example, if you're writing budgeting basics, that's a bit bland. But budgeting for freelancers who travel nonstop, now you're talking to a very specific tribe.
And, when we started this channel, I was guilty of being a bit vague about our audience. I thought, let's just make videos for creators. But once we actually sat down and built out a reader, or, well, listener, avatar, everything changed.
Yup. Suddenly, we knew we were talking to people who love storytelling, who are curious about AI, but maybe a bit intimidated by it. That clarity totally transformed our direction.
Yeah, and it's wild how much easier it gets once you've got that person in your head. Like, you can literally name them: Adventure Annie, 32, hates generic travel guides, hikes every weekend. Suddenly, you know what to say and what to skip. I mean, I still get stuck sometimes, but at least I know who I'm stuck for, if that makes sense.
It does. And if you're listening and thinking, I don't know where to start, just jot down their 3 biggest fears and 3 wildest dreams related to your topic. That's your cheat sheet for relevance. And, well, don't overthink it, just start. You can always refine as you go.
Alright, so you've got your audience. Now, how do you actually find your niche? Like, what's your corner of the internet? I reckon it's all about blending what you love, what you're good at, and what people are secretly struggling with. Sometimes it's the stuff everyone else ignores that's gold.
Absolutely. I mean, if you love yoga and coding, why not mindful coding, yoga breaks for developers? Or, if you're obsessed with plants but keep killing them, maybe plant care for overwaterers. It's about merging your skills and passions, but also spotting those overlooked problems.
I might be wrong here, but I think a lot of people forget to check what's missing from the top books in their category. That's where tools like Google Keyword Planner or Answer the Public come in handy. You can literally see what questions aren't being answered.
Yeah, and you don't have to be a data nerd to use those tools. I mean, I'm not, let's be real, I still Google how to use Google. But even just typing in your topic and seeing what pops up can spark ideas.
Like, I saw this ebook that totally nailed it: 5-minute vegan lunches for night shifts, no microwave needed. The author, Sarah, started with vegan meal prep, but that was way too broad. She niched down to night shift workers who don't have access to a kitchen. And boom, 500 sales in 3 months. That's wild.
That's a brilliant example. And it shows that sometimes, the more specific you get, the more you stand out. It's counterintuitive, but the narrower your focus, the bigger your impact. And, if you're not sure where to start, just look at what frustrates you or your friends. If it bugs you, chances are it bugs someone else too.
And don't be afraid to steal, well, borrow ideas from competitors. Not copy, but see what they're missing. Like, if all the top ebooks are super serious, maybe yours can be funny. Or if they're all text, maybe you add checklists or templates. There's always a gap somewhere.
And, just to add, trends shift. So revisit your niche after you've written a chapter or two. Stay agile. What works today might need a tweak tomorrow.
Okay, so you've got your niche and your audience. But how do you know if your idea's actually any good? Like, before you spend months writing, how do you check if it's worth it?
That's where the 5-point checklist comes in. I love a good checklist. So, rate your idea on these: audience need, demand, competition, your expertise, and your passion.
If you're not hitting at least a 4 out of 5 on most of those, maybe rethink it. For example, is there a real pain point? Are people searching for this? Can you do it better than what's out there? And, crucially, do you actually want to write it?
Yeah, and don't just trust your gut, ask people. Put up a landing page, run a poll on Instagram, or just text your mates. Would you buy this? If everyone's like, maybe, that's a red flag. But if you get a bunch of take my money, you're onto something.
And once you've validated your idea, outlining is your best friend. I used to get the worst writer's block, just staring at a blank screen, panicking. But once I started breaking things down into actionable sections, it was like, oh, I just need to write this bit, then that bit.
I use Notion to organize my research and outline chapters. It's not perfect, sometimes I get lost in color coding things, but it keeps everything in one place.
I'm a sticky notes person, but yeah, whatever works. The main thing is, don't try to write the whole book in your head. Break it into chunks, add bullet points, and make sure every section actually solves a problem for your reader.
And if you get stuck, write the conclusion first. I know that sounds backwards, but it helps you see where you're going.
And don't forget to test your flow. Pretend you're the reader. Does each section lead naturally to the next? If not, swap things around. And, honestly, don't be afraid to cut the fluff. Ruthless editing is your friend.
Alright, I reckon that's a wrap for today. If you're listening and you've got an ebook idea brewing, go sketch out your reader, find your weird little niche, and run your idea through that checklist.
Next time, we'll dive into turning your outline into a draft that actually sells. Ruby, you want to sign us off?
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us today. Eric, always a pleasure. And to everyone listening, keep experimenting, keep refining, and don't be afraid to get specific.
Catch you later, Ruby. And thanks everyone, go write something brilliant. Bye.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an upload.
Drop your thoughts in the comments below, we'd love to hear from you. Until next time, stay curious and keep learning.
P.S. If you prefer more detailed info, you can grab a free copy of
The Ultimate Guide to eBooks. Purpose, Potential and Power. Volume 1 of 3.